World is in trouble anytime Mojo Banton come. Batty boy get up and run. A gunshot in the head back. You don't tell him no crow. It's like boom bye bye in a batty boy head. Who boy now promote no nasty man, them a fit dead.
From them up in a chichi man car. Blaze the fire, make we burn them. From them a drink in a chichi man bar. Blaze the fire, make we done them. Sounds nice, right? A song that you would dance to, put on your iPod, commit to memory. If you're anything like me, ignorant about the language of patois, this song sounds completely harmless and really catchy. This excerpt from T.O.K's song, Chichi Man, has been translated to mean, and I quote, "Those who get together in a gay man's car, blaze the fire, let's burn them. Those who drink in a gay man's bar, blaze the fire, let's kill them." Good afternoon, recording industry of America. My name is Kierras, and I'm an advocate for equal rights and a musicologist. Today, I come to you to express my deepest concerns about the messages you're allowing to come through in the reggae music, like the one aforementioned. I understand that maybe you are unaware or not fluent in the language of patois. Neither are most of your listeners. However, lyrics like these are threatening to innocent Americans and cannot be allowed to get to the ear of the public, especially to our impressionable youth. Fact: you are currently censoring songs with less violent and inciting lyrics. Fact: songs like these are not only encouraging, but demanding the violation of innocent people's rights. Fact: since the introduction and rising popularity of songs with these kinds of lyrics, Jamaica has seen a tremendous increase in the number of homicides and violence against homosexual men and women. Recently, there has been a ban put on a prominent reggae artist by the name of Lady Saw for her perceived vulgarity and promiscuity. She is not allowed on most radio channels and is not allowed to perform at certain venues, even though the vulgarity of her lyrics are equivalent, if not lesser, than her male counterparts. This woman advocates for safe sex, self-confidence, monogamy, and has never threatened the life of anyone in her songs. However, prominent reggae artists like Buju Banton can boast in his songs about slaying homosexuals with Uzis and burning their skin with acid like an old tire wheel. And he can continue his career as usual. Even non-reggae artists like Drake, J. Cole, Eminem, Jay-Z are censored for their use of profanity, and lyrics about fighting or shooting anyone are completely taken out of their songs. However, songs like T.O.K's Chichi Man and Buju Banton's Boom Bye Bye are still allowed on the air and are even played at weddings, graduations, and proms, like the one at West Orange High School in 2012. In the previously mentioned song, Boom Bye Bye, Banton says, "Boom bye bye in a batty boy head, them offi dead." And he tells his audience, if you are not one, ya offi push up, meaning all gay men and women should be shot dead. And if you are not gay, you should be assisting in these murders. After concerts, Jamaican police say that there are mass lynchings of suspected homosexuals. Music like this is encouraging and inciting the death of many innocent men and women, several of whom are not homosexual, but are merely thought to be. Elephant Man is another influential reggae artist, and in one of his songs, he encourages the rape of lesbian women by saying, "When you hear a lesbian getting raped, it's not our fault. 2 women in 1 bed, that's 2 sodomites who should be dead." Lyrics like these need to be taken off the air and not allowed to get to the ear of our impressionable youth. Many might say that this sort of censorship is an abridgment to the musician's First Amendment right to free speech. Firstly, the First Amendment only prevents the government's interference in public speech, not privately owned businesses like yourselves. And even though these musicians have the right to speak freely about whatever they feel, those innocent people, men, women, teenagers like your children, your nieces, your nephews, they have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the most important of which is life. Secondly, there is an incitement clause to the freedom of speech, in freedom of speech, meaning that any speech that can incite harm, rioting, or violence against another group of people or person is prohibited. Freedom of speech cannot be tolerated when it is endangering the rights of innocent people. And these lyrics are clearly endangering the lives of anyone gay or thought to be gay, as seen by these lynchings. Others might say that these are Jamaican feelings and traditions and are only advocating the enforcement of the Jamaican law Offenses Against the Person Act, which states that it is illegal for any man to sleep and have anal sex with another man or woman, whether consensual or not. However, this law calls for 10 years in jail, not death, and definitely not vigilante justice. Also, we live in America, and here we do not interfere in the personal lives of our citizens unless it is completely necessary or is a hazard to the public. According to the Huffington Post, on average, 4.87% of women are lesbians, which is about 15,174,526 people. And on average, 9.37% of all men are gay, which is about 29,196,163 people. These are merely averages and don't account for the people who are not openly gay. So there are millions of more people whose lives are being threatened by these songs. Former Vice President Dick Cheney said, "Direct threats require decisive action." I know that you have a right to you have a duty to protect your artists. I'm not asking you to keep all of their songs off the air. But you also have a duty to protect your listeners, because they are the ones who keep your business thriving. And these songs are directly threatening the lives of millions of your supporters. I'm asking you to leave here today and prohibit songs like these from being allowed on the radio. You have a constitutional and moral obligation to protect the right of life for these innocent people.